mean, we just had a successful youth improv class here.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that again. And we're going to do another one here over the winter of early 2017 here. Yeah, we had, about around 8 kids doing that class, and they had a blast, and I had a blast watching them. My son was my son Trevor. And that's kind of, I mean, we don't have any grand designs on being some sort of a, academy or anything like that. But to do these sort of occasional things where we can have an outlet for young people who maybe aren't necessarily like the musical type, because that's always been sort of our main focus, to do, the Broadway style productions, because that's, big spectacle and that kind of thing. But there are, for me, whenever I was younger, I wasn't much of a singer or a dancer. And there are these other young people who might want to get involved in our group who just like to act or just like to do improv or just be silly or maybe even do some dramatic kind of things. So that sort of thing is certainly on the table. I mean, we are in a spot here on Henderson Avenue right now. We've got a fairly big space, but we have a lot of ideas that if we get enough of our own financial backing, we're looking into getting grants and things like that, we could expand into even our own place where we're not renting, like it's our building, and we could have year-round sort of things. Our musicals are twice a year, but it would be great if we could do little plays and things here and there, mainly with the focus on young people. But we've had a lot of older folks say, boy, I'd really like to do a show with you too. So that might be happening sooner than you think as well. Again, though, youth is always sort of my focus, just because that's what my mother's focus was, and I always bring it back to her. That's the whole reason that this organization exists, is because we wanted to take what was a negative of her diagnosis with ALS and do what she would have done and turn it into a positive for young people like the ones that she taught in school. So yeah, it could be improv classes, it could be sketch comedy, it could be just, here and there little one-act plays. I've got a lot of ideas. I'm a great idea man. It's just all about finding the time and the money to execute it. So the more support that we get from people who come out to our shows, the easier that sort of thing will be. Never losing focus of the fact that we are not just doing this for ourselves, we are doing this to raise money for other people. So it always has to be profitable in the sense that we can, every June we do the Walk to Defeat ALS for the Western Maryland branch of the ALSA. So we always want to be able to present them with a really big, nice check and say, look at what we did this year. Our kids were, our programs have done this, so hopefully, this will get somebody a power chair. This will get them a little help with some other mobility aid. Just, respite care. Sometimes, the caregivers just need some extra help to come in. So as long as we can do that and have the money for that, then anything's possible. I'm open to anything. I just love being a part of the arts in this community. We have such a great group of people, young and old, like myself, who are willing to be a part of it and just volunteer their time. And the fact that we have our cause attached to it, I think, is even better. So, yeah, I mean, if you hear that we're doing a class or a workshop or something like that, by all means, check us out. I promise you're going to have a good time.